What's up, wees? Welcome back to Anime Lane. As always, I'm Notorious. Joining once again today is Shaun.
Hi.
And Melina.
What is up, everybody?
I almost forgot.
You would think I would remember by this point that happens, but I don't.
No.
I forget every time.
It helps that there's always a month apart.
Yeah, and it's been, what, 2 since we last recorded in person?
Something like
yeah.
that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So yeah, today, we have, in the vein of our Steam Deck episode, which was not this show, that was Napcast, actually.
It was so long ago, it was on Nap.
Wow, that old chestnut.
Yeah, we have a Switch. I have a Switch 2 here. I finally got one. So I thought this would be the perfect thing to do an episode on.
Yeah.
I didn't have any other ideas.
Yeah, hey, it's content.
And I guess, like, just to help people kind of figure out if you have a Switch, is it worth it? Is it good? If you don't have a Switch, I wholeheartedly endorse it. My takeaway, having had this for about a month,
Yeah.
if you have a Switch, don't rush out to buy one.
Yeah.
Like, once your old Switch breaks out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe in like a year, if there's more games.
Yeah.
Because currently on the horizon, there's not many new games for the Switch.
Not really, no.
There's largely ports. And
Yeah.
that's it. Nintendo have like nothing announced currently
No.
Oh.
for new games coming to
Wow.
the
They announced the Switch 2 and we're like, there it is.
Yep, they announced the Switch 2. It came with Mario Kart World was like the one launch game. You could get a version of it that had it bundled in. And then Donkey Kong Bonanza came out a month later. And
Wow.
that's been it. There's the remaster of Bravely Default 1, which was on the 3DS, I
Yes.
believe. And then there's been Cyberpunk 2,
Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk 2077.
So we're not getting Cyberpunk 2 for another 5 years and it pains me, but anyway.
Yeah, the Switch 2 version of Cyberpunk 2077.
Blah, blah, blah.
God.
Relic's hitting you hard, huh?
The upgraded versions of Zelda 1 and Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which are not free. You have to pay. If you have them already on Switch 1, you have to pay £9 to get the upgraded versions.
I love upgrade prices for no reason.
Yeah.
They're so cool.
And I don't know if you can buy the upgraded version of Breath of the Wild if you don't have the DLC, because I know it doesn't include the DLC, which is dumb.
Yeah.
That's dumb. And as far as games go, that is the extent of it. There's port of Hitman, World of Assassins, which is all 3 Hitman games from IO Interactive. So yeah, the lack of games is kind of the big problem. I'm enjoying playing Cyberpunk on here. I have Bravely Default, but because it's a JRPG, I'm kind of a little like, I need to be in the mood to start something like that. I fucked around in Zelda a bit, but like, I got to a Guardian again and was like, oh fuck yeah, I remember what I didn't really like about it. Oh, not a Guardian, Divine Beast. And I was I kind of remember what I didn't enjoy a lot about this game, and that's actually just doing those Divine Beast sections. They're not super intuitive.
They're the closest the games have to dungeons, but they're really not dungeons.
No. No, and it's very hard to understand what you're meant to do in some of them. So yeah, it's a nice piece of hardware, don't get me wrong. But even then, like, they made some really odd decisions, which is just...
How do you like the tech demo being paid?
I didn't buy it. So there is as Shaun mentioned, there is a tech demo called Nintendo World? Is that what it's called? Isn't that?
No.
No, Nintendo Land is the game for...
That's the Wii U.
Yeah. Hold on, let me check the store. The tech demo is called... Where is it? Where? Probably not even on the charts.
Welcome Tour.
Welcome Tour, that's it. And it's about £10 to buy a tech demo.
That is insane.
That should be bundled in with this. That should
Absolutely.
just be on
That should be there.
the Switch.
The
Yeah.
PS5 was bundled in with Astro's Playroom, which is
Yeah.
basically its own sort of 3D platformer that
Yeah.
showed off
Yeah.
so much of like what the console could do and the controller. And Nintendo was like,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
we'll maybe let you have a showcase
Yeah.
of that if you pay us,
Yeah.
an extra bump up.
And the thing with Astro's Playroom is that yes, it's a tech demo. It's also a fun game.
Yeah.
like it's an actual game. The Welcome Tour, that's literally just a tech demo. That's not a game, and they want money for that.
Because they're not overpricing anything else,
I mean, the console costs $430
Yeah.
on its own.
So
they-
you can have a fucking tech demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in usual Nintendo fashion, you think you're getting something really cool, but then it's mired with an array of odd choices and decisions. The console itself, very cool, very sleek. I just wish the Joy-Cons had some kind of grips on the back so that you're not holding an entire slab of flat
Oh,
plastic
yeah.
when you're playing it. It's fine in a sitting position, but if you're, say, like lying in bed or sitting anywhere where you need to kind of put the weight really into your hands,
Yeah.
there's no comfortable way of holding it where it doesn't dig into the point that one of your hands is gonna get numb.
Yeah.
And then the screen.
The screen.
So it's a 1920 by 1080 display panel, and don't get me wrong, it's much better than the original Switch screen. It's better than the Switch Lite screen, and it's marginally better than the OLED screen. The OLED only beats it out in the place of the fact that it's an OLED screen. It's got brighter colors, better contrast, black levels, blah blah blah. This is supposed to also be HDR. I don't think you can technically call it that though.
Yeah.
Given you were playing Cyberpunk with HDR on, by the way.
Oh, I was.
Yes, and you would not be able to fucking tell.
I was not.
So yeah, it's not a great panel. It is capable of 60 refresh. I think it's capable of 120.
Does it reach that though?
No. The 60 thing is an issue in the fact that like it's not a great screen in terms of if things are moving fast. There's a lot of smearing and blurring going on.
Yeah.
And it makes the visual clarity of games overall really iffy. And I think it wouldn't be so bad if when you put this thing in the dock and played it on a TV screen, if there weren't such a drastic difference in visual clarity. Like putting Cyberpunk into the dock and playing it on there, it's not just that the fan in the dock is allowing the game to play at a more visually cohesive image. It's just that this screen kind of sucks ass. So that's one big problem. HDR is really bad in that it doesn't really have the capability of being bright enough to really be considered HDR. It can do HDR, it has that option. It can send the image in the container to the display, and the display can read that metadata info and display that metadata info. It just can't reach any sort of height of brightness or depth of color. Depth of blackness, I should say. There's no real elevated black level, there's no high in the peak brightness.
So it's not that high a dynamic range then, is it?
No, and that probably comes down to the fact that it's just one big backlight. Because the thing with HDR is that to make it really work, you need to have the display split up in a lot of different zones. The best example of this is the current MacBooks have something like 2000 dimming zones, which means you can get almost to the pixel level of adjusting the brightness and color and everything like that. So you can get a really, really good image from it. Most TVs have something like 600 or 700 for your kind of like, decent range ones. This is just one big backlight.
Yes.
So it has none of that.
Oh.
Which means you can't adjust the black level to counter the highlights. So you're not getting that true dynamic range. You're not getting a higher dynamic range. You're not getting a great dynamic range in general. So yeah, the screen's a little disappointing. Don't get me wrong, it's fine in the fact that it plays games and you can see those games, and it is a higher resolution than the previous Switch consoles. Not every Switch game can take advantage of that. In fact, most of them are still locked to 720 or 30 FPS and stuff, so it makes playing them a bit of a
Why?
yeah. But that's the same thing with like when the PS5 came out. It was really dependent on the developers to go back and
Optimize.
add in new options for either performance or just, you know, unlock the frame rate or the resolution or something like that. You know, it is at the behest of the developers. But given this is a Nintendo console, yes, it's backwards compatible with the Switch 1. My thinking is that for games that currently don't have any sort of update for the Switch 1 versions, I have a really grim feeling that a lot of companies are going to opt to just re-release Switch 2 versions and go down that route.
Yeah.
That concerns me because given that it's a Nintendo console, there is precedent for doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's what concerns me, especially because a lot of Switch games are like heavily pared down compared to console or PC counterparts. So yeah, it's an odd thing. It feels like they announced it and released it just because everyone sort of knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Everyone knew this was going to happen before Nintendo announced that it was a thing. Everything had leaked online. Not so much all of the specs. There was a lot of questions still unanswered even after they fucking announced it. And when it was coming out, they didn't give the full tech sheet until I think the day after release.
Which, why?
Exactly.
That's not a good sign.
No.
Yeah.
So we knew the processor, we knew the graphics, but we didn't know stuff like the RAM or the sort of like core count for the GPU. Sort of a lot of important things when it comes to knowing how capable it's going to be in at least comparison to its predecessor. And don't get me wrong, this is a huge leap on a technological level. It is incomparably more powerful than the Switch 1. Switch 1 is a 2017 piece of hardware that was already outdated at the time it released. It was already running on hardware roughly from 2013, 14. It was not too indistinguishable from the Wii U in terms of capabilities, except it was also a handheld, so like sometimes it was not also anywhere near as good as the Wii U in terms of performance. I mean, even a lot of Nintendo first party games really struggled to run, especially later in its lifespan. Like Tears of the Kingdom has a lot of physics based stuff going on, which means it tanks a lot of performance here and there. So this is a huge step forward because it's running on relatively new tech, considering it can also do stuff like DLSS upscaling, which is a maybe only like 3-year-old technology, 4 or 5 at a push, but you're talking like DLSS 1 and 2, whereas I think this can do DLSS 3 in terms of upscaling. It's one of the newer models. So like it is capable. Whether developers take advantage of that in terms of porting stuff over is the big question. I think so far Cyberpunk's the only one to actually utilize that. Hitman doesn't, from what I've seen, at least of the reviews online. And Donkey Kong, the first party big title announced, doesn't use it. It uses older tech from the Switch 1. The Switch 1 could do FSR 1.0 upscaling, which is very bad. Donkey Kong doesn't necessarily utilize it most of the time, but it could utilize DLSS in a pretty good way, considering there's sometimes where the performance takes a hit because of stuff going on. And with it being double buffer VSync, it means that when it loses even a single frame for at least a couple of seconds, maybe 5 or 6 seconds in total, you have like the frame rate being cut in half down to 30 FPS. So it means you're just getting a really uneven. experience, especially in heavier boss battles, when for some reason whenever you find a banana and it does the ooh banana animation.
Classic.
Sorry, that just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, so it's really good when you go, ooh, banana.
Classic. It's been a thing since 1998 or something.
Oh,
banana.
ooh, banana.
Classic.
So whenever like stuff like that, it just causes it to drop to 30 FPS. It halves the game's frame rate for a few seconds, which is noticeable because it means the game's jumping around.
Yeah.
If it used DLSS, if the dev team went in and added that in, I'm sure that they could avoid that, even if it just meant, like, you can dynamically use these things, like you can have dynamic resolution scaling, or you can use DLSS in like a way that it only kicks in when needed, and like maybe just do that. You know, it's not going to compromise the image quality at all if you're using DLSS right or well. Most games on PC, you kind of need to use DLSS nowadays, even on its lightest settings, just to get good performance. It's sort of just the way the industry's going. There is not a current gen release that I can play on my PC without using DLSS, and I have a very capable PC. Silent Hill needed it, Cyberpunk needs it. I can still get like 90 FPS cranked up to max settings on Cyberpunk with DLSS on. If I didn't have DLSS on, I would be looking at maybe like 30 at most. Silent Hill, I'm not going to talk about it because it's just a fucking mess. Technologically under the hood, but that's just Unreal 5 in a nutshell.
Just gonna briefly say you've done calls where you've played it and I've like watched, and there were like multiple times where just randomly it tanked.
It inexplicably will just shit the bed and stop running properly.
Sometimes you turn it on and it just doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
Oh, how neat.
Yeah, there is
fucking fascinating.
no
Love that.
rhyme or reason. Sometimes you would change settings and things would be fine. Other times you would have it on the lowest and it's just like, nah.
No. It just starts shaking.
Yeah.
But then there was like a day where I played the whole game start to finish just to get the rest of the achievements. That was a day.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, my hand hurt after that.
No shit.
It ran perfectly fine the entire start to finish, but I didn't quit the game. I didn't restart it. So like, you know, you were playing Russian roulette with it.
And if you're possibly thinking, well, maybe it was because when you were like in a Discord call, that's what caused it. No. Because the first time you played it, and I wasn't there.
Yeah. I bought the game near when it came out.
Yeah.
And left it for 7-8 months or something.
A few months, yeah, and I remember being disappointed because like,
yeah,
it's a cool game. I like it.
But that was because I just thought it didn't perform well at all. Neither. I was waiting for them to patch it. I don't think performance patches came. They definitely patched the game, but it wasn't for performance and stuff. And it just turns out, that's just the game. That's how it runs, and it's not much better on console.
I mean, from my experience, having played it on console, it ran smoothly all throughout. I've not encountered any performance problems on my end. So
there's some issues that like persist across every version, like the weird trailing of leaves and stuff.
Yeah, like when it's graphical stuff, like, you know, ghosting, which is a notorious problem on like an Unreal Engine 5, and I can't really think of many stutters, but like, or any that were really noticeable on my end. But that's also just because maybe I'm less sensitive to like that sort of stuff sometimes.
I think once you play, if you've got like a PC that can do higher end stuff and you play some of the more notoriously fucked up games in a technical sense, I think you kind of become more attuned to it.
Yeah.
If only because you know what it is to suffer.
Yeah. You have lived as I have lived.
I wish I could live in that blissful ignorance, but no, when a game doesn't perform well, I unfortunately I do notice it most of the time.
And I will hear about it.
You could never use my laptop.
No, I legit couldn't. I can't use my own laptop.
Look, the amount of times that we're playing Lethal Company, Manuel walks in, he's like, "How can you do this?" I'm like, "You get used to it, actually."
So, just for a little behind the scenes stuff on just our lives for a second, the three of us go in a Discord call basically every week whenever we can, and like when that happens, we usually play like some games. But Melina has the shittiest fucking technology.
Yeah.
Just for the last how long have we known her? 5 years
5
almost.
years.
I mean, I had a MacBook before this, so that was worse.
Yeah, it was worse.
Yeah, so hey, we've upgraded since
No,
then.
you haven't. You have
You
gone.
you have upgraded from
sideways.
5 frames per second to 10
On a good day.
on a good day. Which is why we're forcing Michael's old Nintendo Switch on her, like right now.
Yeah.
Take the fucking bag.
I will take the bag.
We're playing Mario Kart whether you like it or
Yeah.
not.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, even on the Steam Deck, like there's games that run okay, but they're a little too erratic that like I just don't. I just don't.
It's not
play
fun.
them. No.
Yeah.
Like I installed Final Fantasy 14 on it, and like yeah, that's fine. It just makes it really loud. Like that's sort of one issue with the Steam Deck is that if something's running well, it might just be kind of loud. But I'll take it considering what the Steam Deck actually is.
Yeah,
it's
like
a
you get
laptop
to
with
play
a
Final Fantasy 14 on your bed.
Except I uninstalled it because it sort of fluctuates too much when you're playing it. Like it's fine, but it is sort of rocking around too much in the FPS range, especially when you're doing like raids and stuff and there's a lot going on.
Okay.
So I'll just take like playing it on the PC or PS4, PS5, not PS4. Why are there kids?
There are
screaming outside?
screaming children in the background.
I don't know if that'll be audible. I mean, there was that time we recorded when there was a guy cutting the grass and that was right out the window and it didn't get picked up.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's compared to the Switch 1, a very sleek piece of hardware.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of improvements going from the Switch 1. That's so loud.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a squeal.
I think we're just gonna have to put up with that. And
Yeah.
I apologize,
Yeah.
viewer, if you can
Sorry,
hear
we
this.
live on a well, this house is on a street.
Yeah, this house.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it is a
All
bright
houses are
summer
on a
day.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like a street with like kids are very
Yeah.
like likely to run down.
Yeah, and it's a very warm day, so
Yeah,
people will be
people
outside.
will be outside, and school's
Shut up.
not finished yet.
No.
But yeah, I mean, like the Joy-Cons, just by the sheer fact that the console is bigger,
Yes.
are better. They're not.
I was very envious of the screen when you handed it to me. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
They're not great. They're still Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still the Joy-Con joysticks, which always had issues, but they're bigger, so they've got a bigger range of motion. They feel just that little bit better.
They've got some sort of grip to them finally. But
Yeah.
the problem is it's still not really a great grip.
Yeah, and there's like something's different. They look the same. If you look at them from the right angle, you can see compared to an actual Switch 1 Joy-Con that the construction's similar, but there's something different about it that when you fully move the joystick in a circle,
Joystick on the Joy-Con.
it goes in a circle, whereas on the Switch 1, like it kind of clicked around a little bit. It didn't really go in a
Just
full circle. It would
yeah.
like
You will
have-
know what we're talking about soon enough.
it would have points where you would feel like a
Yeah, I'm wondering if this might just be like me, but I wonder if it somehow ties all the way back to the fact that like the GameCube stick was sort of like a click thing,
yeah.
which then got translated into like the Wiimote nunchuck
Yeah.
because the nunchuck was basically just a GameCube stick on like its own thing.
Yeah.
And somehow that's just an architectural design that even though like it feels more like it's part of like the actual plastic in the controller itself, it's somehow they've just never really decided to like tune when they stopped
Yeah.
using that design. Only up until maybe then.
This, yeah. Because like I think the only point of comparison I can kind of give it to anyone who's never really used the Switch is like if you've ever used the original Xbox, that controller, even though it did do 360 degrees motion, like in a circle,
And
of
I'm
the
assuming it's
joystick.
not the Duke controller.
No, it's the Joker.
Oh,
It's
okay.
any original 360 controller. It's just the way the actual software interacted with
Okay,
it.
yeah.
It was, The limitation of that controller, despite having a really good joystick, is that the input could only sort of read 4 directions, which means you don't have a full circle. You kind of have like a square,
Like a diamond.
like a diamond, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so like if you're playing a port of the Halo games on PC, there's an option of using that type of control layout, which doesn't feel great on a modern controller. Which means you kind of have like a snapping feeling when you're going in like a sort of like a kind of northeast or northwest or a southeast or southwest direction would be.
Anywhere outside the tutorial light thing.
It's gonna have like a sort of weird feel, a weird snap. It's not gonna be smooth, whereas nowadays controllers can do a full 360 degrees like range of motion on both input and the software level, and so like a lot of the every Halo game in the Master Chief Collection that was on the original Xbox, which is just 1 and 2, I don't know why I'm saying it like that, has an update to use that version, which feels much better. God, I went back to playing the original Xbox version of Halo 1 and 2, and I couldn't play it anymore.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right. So I think something like that is maybe the problem with the Switch. I feel like you could never get fine-tuned control, especially when you're playing first-person games, which there's not a huge amount on Switch.
Yeah.
But there's enough to put you off of playing them.
Yeah.
Like, I remember just buying Power Wash Simulator, and I can't even play that.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Like, especially on, like, that's a game that, like, the Switch was made for.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly.
So it sucks that, like, that just doesn't feel great to play.
Yeah. I mean, I now have the Steam Deck, so I can just play it on that.
Yeah, but still.
But still.
The Switch.
Yeah.
A much more affordable option, kind of.
Yeah. Not now if you're buying the Switch too.
Yeah, not now. But
I mean, it's still affordable compared to the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck's in the £750, £800 range, so you're talking like twice-ish the price. But yeah. Improvements, obviously Joy-Con connection to the controller. It's no longer a rail system.
yeah, I didn't even attempt that when I had it.
Is it the magnetic?
It's magnetic. So
Okay.
I
he's
don't
moving.
have a good place to do this really, because doing it with both hands is kind of weird. I'm going to drop it onto my legs by doing this. You just push it, 2 buttons on the back.
Yeah.
They're not really buttons, they're more like triggers.
Yeah.
Which is...
They don't click.
Yeah, you don't accidentally press them.
Yeah, that's good.
Like you could do on the original Switch. So you press them in, and it'll pop out, and you just...
Wow.
And it's like a little
Yeah.
like thing that just
Yeah.
forces
Yeah.
it off the console. Because it's magnetized.
Yeah, I
And
heard,
then-
like, I remember when it was announced, people were like, so many people are going to get their fingers stuck between the little things.
I don't think you can.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
like seeing it, I'm like, no, I don't think you can.
And
see,
like
let me see.
people were saying like kids would break the connector and stuff. That thing doesn't look like you could easily snap.
Yeah,
No,
that looks like
there's,
something
like-
that could withstand that.
The,
Yeah.
like, sides are high enough where if you wiggle the controller around, it's not
Yeah.
going to offset it that much,
And,
even
like,
if it does.
There's a little bit of give on here, but not enough. It's literally just enough for this to come off.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Just shove it in.
Yeah, and like that is satisfying. Like
Yeah,
compared
no,
to the
any
Switch
magnetic
1.
click is satisfying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that I'm not accidentally pressing it in when I'm playing a game. Like that happened on the Switch a lot, purely just on the fact that it's smaller and it doesn't quite fit my hands. The Switch one,
It also doesn't help that, like, the buttons to, like, unlock those were, like,
right
facing...
by the triggers.
Not
and
right by the
stuff.
triggers, but they also weren't, like,
Yeah.
angled right. They were just sort of, like, actually things you could, like, accidentally press in
it
if you
was
were just
just
holding it.
a button on the body that you would press in, and it was so easy to do if you were pressing one of these buttons. If you were holding it right when you were sitting, to just feel the Joy-Con slip up a bit, and you go, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah. Can't do that there.
Can't do
No.
that. I do find myself fiddling with
Yeah.
that a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's a you problem.
That is a me problem. I am a fiddler when it comes to stuff like that. If I'm not doing it, shut up.
I did have the image of like Michael's tombstone. I am a fiddler.
And I was on the roof. Like whenever games are loading and stuff, I will just sit there like pressing buttons and doing stuff. So like having that, which doesn't do anything, is great for my brain. But I am getting I have ordered like a gel soft plastic cover thing just to add. It's got like mounds on the sides so that there's some.
Please, you gotta get a grip.
Yeah. I don't know if this one's the one I've got coming is dockable, because a lot of the sort of like ones that are dockable are expensive.
Yeah.
They're like £30 or something like that. And then they're like hard plastic rather than soft plastic, which means taking them on and off's more of a pain in the ass. And like to a degree you need like soft plastic if all you're doing is adding something to grip onto. It's not like the design of a controller where the plastic is part of the design. Like I think if you're adding something on, hard plastic's not a good way to go about it. But yeah, no, it's don't get me wrong, I like it.
It's a good piece of tech.
It's a good piece of tech. It's just I can't currently. It's not like when every other console has come out and either the launch lineup or when you get the console and the controller in your hands and set up, you see the vision of what it is, either the company that made it or the devs who have had the dev kits and made new games.
It's not a big leap forward, it's more just like a step and a half.
Yeah, it is a big leap forward, don't get me wrong. But I don't see the vision Nintendo have to take advantage of that, because Nintendo kind of doesn't seem like it has a vision right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's no first party games really on the horizon for it other than Pokemon, but it's like, that's fucking Pokemon, man.
Yeah, it's expected everywhere. And like, if I'm remembering the 3DS launch, that was a bad launch. Like at the time it felt like a bad launch. But there were still games for it. There were games that were planned. They had announced like a few games to come out by the end of just that first year to make it feel like, okay, this is definitely what they're actually planning on moving on next. It feels like that hasn't happened with the Switch 2.
No.
Outside of, I don't know, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, there's Donkey Kong, there's Mario Kart World. Pokemon comes out in October.
Is it Pokemon ZA?
ZA, yeah.
Za.
Za.
Do you want to be Za? I saw them like, oh.
It's the Pokemon Za.
Yeah,
It's
get a
because
piece of the Za.
it's not like it's not like a mainline entry. It's like a spin-off. It's part of the Legends series now.
Game Freak's second game in 20 years.
So like, yeah, I guess we'll find out maybe in a couple of years what the plan is for the mainline games.
Hopefully in like a year's time, if they're like smart,
we'll
get a vision.
Kinda hope they let just Game Freak cook. I don't want the travesty that is all of the Switch Pokemons, because I was
thinking more general Nintendo there.
Oh yeah. I mean that
Game Freak, absolutely.
Yeah, that we need Nintendo to announce something, anything, stuff.
Do something.
Yeah, like they need 4 more games at least to really set the tone for the Switch 2 in terms of their intentions, because unlike any other console, this is Nintendo. Nintendo lives and dies by its first party support.
Yeah.
Because the third party support, for the most part, even though in the Switch 1 and probably in the Switch 2 even better, it's always been about the first party since they fucked up the Sony deal back in 1990.
That's been their lifeblood.
And then the PlayStation came out, and gaming went in a different direction.
Their first party like titles have been their lifeblood. Yeah, really since like the N64 era, but like especially in like the modern like console like sort of space.
Yeah.
Like it was their first party stuff that allowed the Wii to basically dominate as its own thing outside of the console war.
Yeah.
And it's basically stuck like that ever since, but now I don't know, maybe the wells run dry on that, which feels depressing to say.
I don't know, they got like such a big stable of IPs that they could go back to something they haven't released a game for in a long time. Star Fox.
We Play.
Metroid.
They did a sports a Switch Sports.
No, we play.
I like that We Play is one of your flagships.
Yeah.
I want to play that fishing game
Like
again.
fucking We Play.
The tabletop tennis. I was all for it.
I think We Play might have flopped. If I
What?
remember
No,
correctly.
We Play didn't flop.
It
You got a
couldn't
free
have.
controller remote out of it.
They consider the game a flop because I don't think they count the sales from the Wiimotes that were bundled, that had it bundled in.
Well, then it was a stupid fucking idea.
But that's because Nintendo are really weird when it comes to pack-in titles. Like, you got to remember that Reggie Fils-Aimé had to fight for Wii Sports to be included in the Wii. That almost never happened.
Yes,
Like
that
the
was so
original
close.
Wii Sports.
Yeah, that was so
yeah.
close to just not happening at all. It's like
Wow.
you like as being something you got with the Wii. They were planning to have it as a separate title,
Yeah.
which wouldn't have fucking worked.
No. Sports? Nah, man.
No,
Yeah, like they almost
no one
released-
wants sports unless it's forced on them.
Yeah.
This is a gamer household.
like they almost released that as a full price game. They weren't gonna pack it in. They don't believe in pack-in titles.
Can you imagine a timeline where the Wii came out but Wii Sports wasn't a thing?
It would not have succeeded. It
Or-
would have died.
No.
At least not a
immediately.
thing that came with the console. It
That
had
would
to be like bought
insane.
separately. Yeah.
I mean, We Play was, I would say, almost equally as big as
Yeah.
Wii
I'd say it
Sports.
was the second one out of like the
Yeah.
original lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew people that had like Wii Play and stuff. That was like
Well,
the second
yeah.
game you
Yeah.
played on the thing.
You had
That
the
was all
tank
because everyone
game.
needed a second Wiimote.
Yeah.
So they bought the
Yeah.
one with Wii Play in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a free game out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
they
yeah.
did Wii Music. That was bad.
I don't know.
I
Music was
had Wii
terrible.
Music. I
So
liked
did
it
I.
for fucking around as an 8-year-old.
I had Wii Music and then I immediately got Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
You're like, this shit's dumb.
Can you believe they dedicated their entire 2008 E3 presentation to Wii Music?
I do because I remember that fucking Wii Fit board where he was playing the drums.
Oh, God. I'm so happy I never had Wii Fit.
We had
That
Wii
was-
Fit.
I enjoyed Wii Fit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe they didn't call you obese at 8 years
Oh,
old.
they called you obese.
They call everyone obese.
No, not me. I was a
I
stick.
don't remember. I don't remember.
Like, it's a thing on the internet where people are now looking back. It's like, yeah, me at like 11 wanting to play a snowboarding game, and then Wii Fit tells me I'm obese.
They called me a stick.
Wow.
Actually, no, it usually called me ideal.
That's a terrible word.
I know.
That's such a bad word.
I know.
Did
that
they
was
realize the Wii was primarily used by families and kids, and ideal is not the best way to describe a kid?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was what they classified as like the aim.
Jesus.
Oh, I remember you had like bobsledding and you had to balance. Like that whole
The games
game,
were great.
That game was just a fucking workout. Like a cousin of mine had it.
You do
and I
realize
hate
what
it.
Wii Fit
No, no, no.
is?
That's the thing. They tricked you into.
They tricked
Kids don't
you.
know what the word fit means.
It's true.
I was old enough to know at the time.
You're like, we fit.
Not when you're 7.
Nah.
Not when your parents come home and they're like, guess what we got?
Genuinely, I loved that game though.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
didn't get to play it much.
No, I did. I liked it.
I don't remember playing it a lot, but I think we got it near the tail end of like when we were actively using our Wii, because by then it was starting to like peter out.
You could do yoga on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never been a big yoga person,
we.
as
had,
you can probably tell.
No.
The fact that we're recording a podcast is enough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hat.
At some point, we got DDR for our Wii.
Wow.
We actually
I mean, that
got
makes
mats that you had to
I hate
plug
every
in.
time we have to say Wii, because it just
Wii.
makes me laugh a little bit when we're talking
Yeah.
about the Wii.
The Wii.
Wee.
I fucking love DDR. The mats were shit. They didn't pick up
I'm
half
kind
of
of
your
surprised.
moves.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. No, that's
It was
just
maybe
fun.
not like actual DDR if the mat was shit, because usually
Yeah.
DDR mats, like if it's the official DDR,
No,
then
it was some,
okay.
you know, Wii. Rip off
Ah.
Wii. Yeah, and Just Dance, man.
Oh yeah, Just
I
Dance. That was
hate Just
everywhere.
Dance.
No, I
Don't
fucking
think I
love
ever
it.
owned it, but like other people had it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I owned
All
every
of them.
Guitar Hero game.
I don't
It's
think you
not
have
that
all of them.
special.
no
They're still
way.
coming out. You don't have
Yeah,
all
no,
of them.
when they were like popular, I remember me and my friend, we would alternate who would buy one.
Wow.
Wow. That's
So
sad.
she had a few and I had a
Wow.
few.
Do they still bring them out in the Wii?
Yes, they did.
No. They
Not
stopped
on the
bringing. They stopped bringing them out on the Wii in 2020.
Jesus Christ.
But there are still new. Just
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still coming out.
Yeah.
Like as from what I recall, and I know this from a Scott the Woz video. It's like it's one game now. It's just a sort of hub.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
They release yearly packs.
That makes sense. That's something they could have done with Guitar Hero, but they decided to bring out Guitar Hero Live.
Everyone just plays
Not
Clone
good.
Hero now anyway,
That's fair. That's understandable.
because it's basically just the software.
You can play every
Yeah.
Guitar Hero game
Yeah.
and Clone Hero
Yeah.
and like fan made
Yeah.
stuff. They
They fucked it.
they could have done that. They could have just
Yeah.
fucking done that. But
So people
no.
just did it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, when there's a need, the people will prevail.
Yeah.
God.
Unless you cease and desist them.
Which
even
surprisingly
then-
they haven't.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like, oh, you're weird. I want to do it. Fine, you guys. Do it.
I don't. Activision was the people who owned Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still own it though.
Hmm.
You would assume they do, but
Yeah, but who knows?
yeah.
Maybe
I mean-
THQ Nordic could get them.
Isn't it a good way to kind of keep your fandom alive, though?
Yeah, but corporations fucking suck.
That and like Guitar Hero was very much viewed as like a trend.
Yeah.
Mainly because it looks that way because they just kept pumping them out at a certain
Uh-huh.
point, and people were like, we don't want to keep buying new stuff.
You gotta remember that, like, at the tail end of the Guitar Hero lifespan, they released Guitar Hero 5, Guitar Hero Metallica, Guitar Hero Van Halen, and Guitar Hero
80s?
80s
They did an 80s one,
Modern
didn't they?
Hits, which was a DS game,
Hmm.
and the Beatles. No, that was Rock Band.
Yeah.
The Killers, all in 1 year.
Didn't they have a Black Eyed Peas one? Or no,
No.
I'm thinking that's a dance game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And every
you're
time-
gonna
and
get
it-
fucking sick of that shit.
That's why
Yeah.
it died.
And for a lot of people, even though it wasn't the same, I think I swear there was like some people that thought you had to buy a new like guitar and stuff for every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
game, and like one, that's a lot of like, that's not enough room
Mm-hmm.
that
in
you
your
have just
fucking house.
yeah in your house, but also that's expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
I think the problem with that is that the premier version they always pushed was the one that bundled the guitar in.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that if you had Guitar Hero like 1, 2, or 3, they didn't have the slide neck.
No.
But the slide neck was the last innovation they added to the controller. But if you didn't know that, you would just think they added something new every
Yeah.
time a new game came out.
Exactly. So you can see why it died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope the Switch 2 does better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so past that era.
I'm sure it will.
I think so too.
I think it may not be as fast selling, I think, as the Switch
Yeah.
one, just on the fact that, like, I think a lot of people, because it's iterative
Hmm.
compared to previous Nintendo
Mm-hmm.
consoles, where that was like a complete refresh, and you
Yeah,
would have
like
to
this is
buy
the
it.
first console they put a 2 in front
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
I think it'll take a little more time to pick up Steam because, like I say, there's not that many games. I don't think there's a big
Yeah.
draw to buying it. The price is kind of high.
They need to put more coal in it before it can actually like take
Yeah.
off, and
Before
that
it
might.
could cook.
Yeah, so I
That
think
cook.
the upgrade timeline's going to take a little bit
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
kick in
for
and for
sure.
people to start bringing it up. Christmas next year is probably when you'll see a
Yeah,
jump.
that's
in
when I'm probably
sales.
going to consider getting it because I don't see myself like getting a Switch 2 in the near
Yeah.
future.
I wouldn't say to rush out and get it. Like, I don't even have Mario Kart World, so even if both of you were to get a Switch 2, like, I'm not paying 70 bones for,
Yeah, that's
Yeah, fuck
fucking
that.
insane.
Yeah.
I'm not paying 70 for
for
Mario
a
Kart.
fucking Mario Kart game.
Love Mario Kart, but that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm paying 70 quid, I want all the Mario Karts.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want all of them. And if you're not giving that
You
to me,
get
fuck it.
more in Mario Kart 8 now
Yes.
than you do in Mario Kart
You
World.
see, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it's because Mario Kart 8 was like the Mario Kart game for
A
10
decade.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And it got.
And it holds up.
Yeah,
It's fun.
actually it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it got a second lease of life
Mm-hmm.
because the Switch release was basically the actual release
Yeah.
because it originally released on the Wii U. But the thing about the Wii U is it was the Wii U.
No one fucking had the Wii U.
I had the Wii U. No one else did though.
Hey guys, you want to play together on our Wii U's? Loser.
And then they released.
Hey, don't make jokes about that. I lived it.
And then they released an expansion pass that essentially was like doubling the amount of tracks and stuff that were in the game. So like it basically was a whole other game.
Basically, when you thought the DLC was done, they added more DLC.
Yeah.
We're not
So-
forgetting Smash Brothers. Sorry.
That is sort of my kind of
Mm.
thinking right now is like, what is next? I don't think if they've dropped the Zelda upgrades
Mm.
and they promoted them quite heavily, I don't think we're gonna get a new Zelda game
Yeah.
anytime soon, especially because Echoes of Wisdom was like last year.
Yeah.
So I think maybe Zelda's a little bit of a way off. So the only thing I think we would get is Mario, which I'm surprised there's not, because Odyssey was the last actual Mario game.
And that was 2018?
Yeah. So other than Mario, that leaves Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, and but the thing about that is, what would they do with the next Smash Bros.
They're
after
gonna
Ultimate?
upgrade
Steve's
Ultimate.
there.
Steve was already in it, man.
I mean, that's a new thing though, isn't it?
And that's been a thing
That's
for a
That's
while
been
now.
a thing for a while.
Look, last time I played like 7 or 8 years ago.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're gonna add Sans
Actually,
as an.
you should get Smash Bros.
Have I ever told you guys that I used to play it on the Wii, like
Brawl.
back home?
Rather
Yeah,
than
Brawl.
yeah.
Yeah, and my parents had Christian friends of them over. And
Oh
their
my God.
kids- And their kids hated it because it was too violent.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Lame.
It's-
And we just sat there like,
Fucking
What?
lame.
I mean, I'm a button masher, so I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
ba 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 ba.
Same.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
fucking Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
not-
the least violent fighting game.
Yeah.
I think they were very sheltered children.
No.
No, you don't say.
Not the
Yeah.
heavily Christian ones.
That's insane, I know. And that will just stick with me forever. I don't know why, because me and my younger sibling as well was just like, this? Of all things?
I do remember, this is like slightly related. I do remember the first time seeing Brawl on like the store shelves and thinking it was a fake game. Because like you saw Mario, you saw like all these Nintendo characters that never interacted
Yeah.
before in the
Yeah.
slightest, like all together, and it's the art style specifically that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
off.
no,
Because
I get
Brawl
that.
has such a different look to it than every other Nintendo game. Like it's going for that late 2000s gritty
Yeah.
groundedness,
Yeah.
and it's like, this game can't be real. This is a rip-off. Why are they selling this? Nintendo's gonna sue them or whatever. And then I played it, and it was a transformative experience. Well, that I don't know what else to talk about now.
Yeah, I'm sort of at a loss now, because like
Cyberpunk worked well on it.
Yeah, Cyberpunk runs well. It has its moments, but like it's when you expect it.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
there's
like
not
it
lot-
was a bit grainier than I like, or pixelated than I expected. But I mean, I expected.
Yeah.
It's like it's specifically when it started raining when I was playing. I was like, oh.
Yeah. It looks better in docked mode. There's like it
I
looks
imagine.
much better. That's funny because there's a lot of wind coming in that's blowing the blinds about, but it's just a fucking warm breeze that I'm feeling.
Oh, lovely.
But yeah, I'll pull them up, I guess.
Yeah.
Now we're in the sun.
So like if you're driving fast, if there's a lot going on in a firefight, you'll drop frames
course,
every now
yeah.
and then.
Yeah.
But you know, it's Cyberpunk in a handheld form, and it
Yeah.
runs much fucking better than the Steam Deck. That's for sure. I can't get it running on the Steam Deck, no matter what I try. There's a Steam Deck preset, doesn't work. It just doesn't.
At least for you, yeah.
Yeah, and then like trying any other combinations of settings just doesn't work. Which sucks because I would have replayed it on the Steam Deck by now if it did.
Yeah, you'd
But
be
it
on
didn't.
playthrough 4 like me.
Yeah. But no, so yeah, that's kind of all I have to say.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong's fun.
If you like Odyssey.
I'm just not a big Donkey Kong fan.
I don't know why they chose Donkey Kong.
I get it because
I want a remaster of Yoshi's Island.
You played Yoshi's Island?
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked by that, not gonna lie.
He was like one of my favorite characters, so when I saw
Huh.
him, like, oh shit, he has his own thing. I mean, I
I don't.
found a very legal
I'd-
way to procure it,
Yeah.
and
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of surprised, and
Yeah.
really,
I don't know if I'm insulting you by being
it's
surprised.
incredibly insulting. No, yeah, that's one of those comfort games for me.
Mm.
Oh,
You know, it's just sweet.
you can play it on Nintendo Switch Online, I think.
Yeah, you can.
Ooh.
That's a subscription
like
model, though.
£35 a year.
Oh. Never mind.
Although no, it's like $3.99 a month because I think if you want Yoshi's Island,
Yeah, that's
the base subscription.
yeah, that's like a SNES game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to play like it's
Like classic.
GBA and
Yeah.
GameCube games are behind the expansion pass, they call it.
Yeah, N64 games,
God.
GameCube games.
Yeah.
Those are like, if you want to play like classic stuff like Yoshi's Island and I don't know,
Mario.
Whatever.
World.
Yeah.
It's not bad. You can probably get a free trial somewhere.
Yeah, I think you get like free trial on it. But like I say, the base subscription's like really cheap. It's like $3.50 a month. The expansion version you can only buy for a year and it's $35. So like it does work out cheaper than having but like it's $35 up front. So like that's always the off-putting part of it.
I'll take them out. Thank you.
Although there is a £50 a year option that's family.
Oh!
But I don't know how the family thing part of it works. Because some
Yeah.
family subscriptions, it's like you need to be in the same household,
Okay.
and they're pretty strict.
Ah.
Whereas,
Well, if it's not that, then maybe we've got something to work out between the three of us.
Yeah.
yeah, that I got
That's all?
nothing else. I will probably play this for a bit, and then it will sit docked for a bit, and then I'll take the Notion to play Ace Attorney, and I'll sit with it for a while, and then it'll get docked for a while again, and then
Much like the Switch one.
I see it going through the Switch one's life cycle of pick up every now and again.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play a Resi 4 playthrough on that.
I genuinely thought about buying some of the Resi games, but I saw like the remakes had like cloud versions, and I was like, ew.
Yeah, don't play those
I
versions.
was not gonna play them because I thought, oh, Kingdom Hearts, but yeah, it's only cloud versions again.
Yeah. It's always the biggest fucking tease whenever I see like the remake, the modern like Resident Evil games on it, and I'm like, oh my god, Resi 7 on Switch. Cloud version.
I think they may for this.
Yeah, for the Switch 2 it feels like they'd be
Do
able to.
re-releases of them, yeah. Because I think up until in fact, no, I could probably run Village too. Actually, now that I think about it, because I think Village is Steam Deck verified.
Requiem Switch version when?
We'll need to see. I mean, we know the re-engine's pretty much black magic when it comes to what it's doing under the hood and how it runs and what it can do.
Yeah.
For very little cost in some cases. So that's why I hope they do some re-releases.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's
our Steam 2.
Yeah, so a little bit of a shorter episode, but you know, those happen. The verdict is.
Maybe it's
Why did my voice go like that?
Verdict is
The verdict is if you have
the wind is saying
before the
no.
gods smite us down.
we have every window in this house open right now. 'Cause it's that
It is the
fucking
height
warm.
of fucking summer.
It's 27 degrees right now. The verdict is if you don't have a Switch and you don't have any games consoles, maybe
If
pick
you
this
have
up.
nothing,
If you have
you
nothing.
can think about it.
If you have nothing in terms of gaming content, maybe. But they're also asking the price of a PS5.
Yeah.
So just get
Get a PS5.
PS5.
Yeah.
You can play the better version of Cyberpunk 2077.
You can get so many of the games that have half-assed ports right now in better states. There's merit to it, don't get me wrong, but Nintendo haven't supported it enough right now
Yeah.
to really say it's a console worth picking up if you don't have a Switch, because you could get a Switch for so much cheaper if you don't have a Switch. Because if you don't have a Switch, you probably have another gaming console. And if anyone has another gaming console, you're an exception. You're
You're not a gamer.
you're not the audience that I'm thinking
yeah.
of right now, in the sense of like, I don't think anyone listening to this
Yeah.
is a non-gamer that I can convince to pick up a Switch 2.
I don't think anyone listening to this is you.
People like you are gonna be here.
It's just
You're here for lip service and nothing else.
statistically speaking, though, most people now
Have at
have
least-
a games
Yeah.
console.
Yeah.
And
Gaming is the most popular it's ever been.
yeah.
It's the biggest money making industry, like beyond even movies at this
Yeah.
point.
So like, if they don't have a PS5, they probably have a PS4. PS4s have been dirt cheap for a long time.
Yeah.
They they may have an Xbox, maybe.
Yeah, sure. You might have an
Sure,
Xbox,
you
but
know
you're
what?
probably not going to have it for much longer.
I've been mentioning PlayStation so much, but that's because Xbox is just in that state right now.
Xbox is sort of circling the black hole that Sega
Yeah.
fell into like 20, 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, they're not doing another console. Like they are gonna pull out, if they're gonna do anything, I think it's gonna be a true handheld. Maybe.
And they're going to shift all their architecture to just Windows.
Yeah. Which, please give us 360 games on Windows, guys. Just like, if I own it already, I want to play it. But anyway,
Or I'll have to use alternate methods.
I just think it's a hard sell right now.
Yeah.
I would not have bought this at full price. I, up front, got this as a birthday gift. And I love it, and I do enjoy playing it, but I would not have paid.
It's on the first leg of its life, though.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. This has great potential. I hope Nintendo rises to that potential.
And as someone who got a 3DS on the first leg of its life, I would absolutely recommend maybe wait a year and a half, maybe,
Yeah.
until, picking it up until like some really good games come out for it.
Yeah, I would love to see what third-party people do with this, either in terms of exclusives, not you, FromSoft. Don't give us a multiplayer game. I don't want it. Why did you tease us like that? Why?
Fast forward.
Yeah, I think what third parties could do could be really interesting in terms of either exclusives or just, games that come out on other consoles. But
Yeah.
like a new Ace Attorney game,
That'd be so cool.
the new Layton game that's apparently coming out this year. I doubt it.
Yeah.
They haven't spoken about it since they announced it.
Please don't get cancelled. Please don't get cancelled.
I don't know, Level 5 are in a really weird place right now, so I don't think it would get cancelled. It's Layton, it's their like one true path to making money. But they wasted a lot of, I think they did is it 100 Lives or something like that? That cost them a lot of money.
Jeez.
They almost went bankrupt making that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it is a year and a half, 2 years from now in terms of games and stuff. Right now it's kind of lacking, but I do see potential in it. I just don't see Nintendo's vision. It's not like when the Switch came out and you knew what they were aiming for, what they were doing.
The bounce back from the Wii U.
Yeah, the bounce back from the Wii U. They were very crystal clear as to what the Switch was. The Switch 2... yeah,
Wait and see.
wait and see, because the way it was announced, the way it was released, the way it was pre-ordered, a lot of the setup was just very strange.
It felt almost a bit like coercion.
Yeah, and then you have the fact there's not really many games right now, with not many announced on the horizon. So we'll see.
How can we finally end this episode?
Yes, yeah. That's been it. This has been this episode of Anime Lane. You'll probably have noticed that the logo's different.
Oh yeah.
Look at that
That's
shiny
a
new
thing.
logo.
So yeah, we decided to redesign the logo, or I redesigned the logo
Hey,
and
we-
showed it to them.
We inputted which one we liked best.
Yes, I came with some ideas. Melina went, "Ooh, I fucking hate that one."
Yeah.
Literally went,
For
ew.
good reason.
No, you went into the column and went, ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Ew, no, no.
You almost
Ew.
had a synthwave inspired 80s.
Look,
looking
that wasn't
logo.
gonna happen, man. Let it go.
Yeah, no, I didn't want it. I was like, yeah, I like this. I
Yeah.
don't think it's a logo though. I think it'd be cool on a t-shirt or something. But
Yeah.
yeah,
see
you
about
have
that.
what we have now. It may be a bit simplified compared to what we had before, but
We're just following the trend.
Yeah, let's be honest. That first one was a bit loud.
No.
What?
That was very much I designed that like a week before a deadline.
Graphic design is my
What?
passion.
So yeah, that's gonna be on everything now. Social media, thumbnails.
Look at it.
Profile picture.
Be in awe of it. Like and subscribe to it right fucking
Hey,
now.
at least the actual podcast cover now looks like it can be a profile picture. Not just not me having to find something that doesn't look
Not
weird.
something you've cropped.
Yeah, not something I've cropped. But yeah, we will see you guys next week.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye bye.